is Brooke, and today I'm going to share why I decided to start my lock journey. So my hair has always been natural. I've never had any kind of relaxers, no kind of other chemicals in my hair. It's always been natural. My mom would always style my hair in either braids, and she put beads in, like my actual hair, and I just have beads, or I would have just regular twists, whether, and it always 2-strand twists, but they were, either twists. Well, it's not twisted now. They're, starting locks, my first retwist, but they were just twists look like this, or I had, my mom would flat iron my hair and then just put twists all over, and I'd have styles like that. When I was younger though, and when she'd do those styles, I never really appreciated my hair, and I guess the texture of my hair. I always wanted it to be straight. I always wanted my hair to be straight. I felt like the different styles that my mom would do, they were like too different. I always felt like I was the odd one out in the room. Like if you heard anything going around, that was probably my beads making all the noise. Like I just felt like I stuck out. And when I was younger, I didn't really appreciate my culture, my skin color. My mom would always say, oh yes, you're black and you're proud. And she always made sure to be proud of who I am, what God decided my skin color to be, and to never be ashamed of that. But growing up, I was, I saw it as a flaw, and, I didn't like my hair. I didn't like my natural hair. I was like, why is it so puffy? Why can't it just be straight? And then on top of that, why am I so dark, And honestly, it wasn't until I moved to Texas, because I'm originally from San Francisco, California. That's my hometown, or home city, whatever state. Love it there. But when we moved to Texas, I was about maybe 16, 15 years old, and I started to do my own hair. And that's when I really started to appreciate how different my hair was. And I found power and grace and just beauty in my natural hair. So I started rocking out different types of hairstyles since I was doing it myself. I always loved my afro. I do, the 2 puffs or 1 big puff, twist outs, finger coils. I love doing finger coils. And then of course the coil out. I loved it. So I was always doing my natural hair around my teenage years. And that also dipped into my college years. I mean, I'm still 22, so I still need to finish my college degree. But we'll get into that. But, I went into college loving my hair, always doing natural styles, whatever, box braids, do that. But yeah, it wasn't until 2020 when everything in the world went to shit. But 2020 was just a very, very life-changing year for me personally. That year, and really, if I'm being honest, my whole college experience, although I was now, saw the beauty in my hair and the beauty in my culture, my skin color, and found pride in that, I was still struggling with self-love for myself and self-worth. It was always in question. I didn't feel worthy enough. I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel pretty enough. I didn't feel thick. Oh, I don't know what that was, but thick enough. I always felt like I was lacking something. So 2020, having that, mentality, 2019 into 2020, I had gotten into a relationship, and it ended up being a bit abusive, mentally, verbally abusive, very mentally and verbally abusive, which, you can't see the physical scars to that, but there were scars, and, they're all scarred up now. I'm okay. But, that relationship really took a toll on me, and it ended in a bad way. But that relationship ended badly. the abuser ended up going to jail for 6 months. And after that, I had dropped out of college, working full time, just trying to get everything together and still heal, because life kept going, life kept moving, time kept moving. It didn't matter if I had fallen and I was, I wouldn't say broken, but I would say very, very badly wounded. But the world doesn't stop. Even if everything in my life is coming to a pause, or felt like it was coming to a pause and everything was crashing down, the world kept going. So during that time, I really took my self-love journey seriously. I started to get back into journaling, and I'm a musician. I was actually in school studying music, specifically in classical and opera. That was my major, and I miss it so much. I can't wait to go back. But during that time, I started writing, and I started working on my project, which is going to drop soon. But also, as I was writing and processing that whole relationship, I started to really look at my life and look at how I viewed myself. And I saw that I didn't have a lot of self-love. I didn't have a lot of respect for myself, and I didn't set boundaries with myself or people. And it showed throughout my whole life, if I'm being honest. It showed everywhere. And once I started to realize the lack of love for myself, the lack of true confidence for myself, I was like, I want to change that. And I did. I got into counseling, and I started being a lot nicer to myself. And I really started to just love every aspect of myself. Even my quote-unquote flaws, I started to appreciate those. And I started to see that there is absolutely no one else on this earth like me. No one. So all I could ever do is love me and be me everywhere I go. And if people don't like that, they can walk away. And that's okay if people walk away. Because I started to notice that not everyone is for me, and not everyone is meant to be for me. So anyway, fast forward to 2021. But it wasn't until the end of 2021 and into this year of 2022 that I feel like I really finally accepted everything for what it is. And I started to see, I guess, the world in a different light. I grew up in a household. I was very sheltered. I was in a Christian household, very religious household, and I wouldn't trade that childhood for the world, because my mom gave me and my brother the best little bubble to live in, but that bubble quickly popped when we walked into the real world. And I didn't know the world was so cruel, and no one cares. No one cares about your suffering. No one cares about your pain. No one cares about your story or your struggle. And that was a really big pill to swallow for me, because I thought the opposite. I cared about everyone. I wanted everyone to be okay. I wanted everyone to be happy and successful and be on their best path. But not everyone thinks like that. And that's just how it is. But as I got into the end of the year of 2021, I just knew that I wanted to change. I was tired of the same routine. I was tired of feeling like I needed to live up to a certain expectation, whether it was set from, the culture, the world, people I knew, whatever. I was just tired and I was fed up, and I was like, well, if the world doesn't care, then why should I care? And I'm gonna do what really makes me happy. So I started to pursue that. And in pursuing that, I ran into a lot of like-minded people who decided to, start their own loc journey. And they had started their own loc journey, established in their locs, actually. And everything they were talking about, what they were living, it was just, they wanted to protect and maintain their inner peace. They wanted to spread positivity. They knew that nothing in this world really mattered anyway. Everything here is meaningless and temporary. So why get caught up in all of that? And I guess in relations with my hair, at that point I felt like my hair was just, it was so much to do. Like, I was tired of always trying to figure out a style, always trying to find a way to make it look like acceptable or, nice, tidy, maintained, whatever, not nappy. And I was like, well, fuck the expectations. I don't care. I don't care. If I'm feeling bad today and I'm just not feeling it, I'm not gonna put on a pound of makeup and do my hair so I look like that bitch. I don't feel like that bitch that day. I feel sad. And I want to be sad. And I was just like, man, I wish that I could just, I don't know. I wanted to find a way, I guess, to be more transparent, to express my transparency in all of my stages of life. And when I looked up on the loc journey, I was like, what better way than to go ahead and just start your locs? Because honestly, I see the loc journey as just a self-love journey. Loving your appearance, loving your hair in all of its stages. Not getting caught up in what the beauty standard is, and just loving the inner beauty you have within yourself. And I feel like, spiritual beauty and who you are as a person is way more beautiful than the outside appearance. And that should be the focus. So, yeah, I went ahead and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and lock up my hair. So I knew I wanted a more uniform look for my locs. But regardless, I was like, I'm going to treat my hair how I want to treat my spirit, and that is to check in with it every day and to do the little, people say ritual of putting oil in your hair and your scalp and moisturizing it. But I personally, I just say I pamper it. I pamper my hair. I make sure that it is moisturized, that it's healthy, that it is, that everything is okay. Just like I should be doing with myself every single day. Am I okay? How am I feeling today? What do I need to do today? What do I want to do today? And just really staying in tune with myself, just like I was staying in tune with my locs and my hair. And honestly, just a month and a couple days into this, I'm really happy I started it. I feel like I am in a really, really, really great place. I've been in a really good mental space for a good minute now. It was in 2020, since that bad relationship. 2021 was really a year of healing and accepting what happened, and really letting it go and being like, okay, well, I don't forgive my abuser. I don't forgive all of the stuff that he's done in that relationship and after that point, or the people surrounding him. But I forgive myself. I forgive my past self for not seeing the beauty that was always there, for not loving myself how I should have been loved. Starting this loc journey, I've been just very, very gentle with myself, and I feel like I've never been patient or gentle with myself. I've always been very harsh and like, well, you should have known better. You brought this on yourself. you deserve the suffering that you receive, and not being patient with my growth, not being patient with me not knowing, and then being hard on myself, and not forgiving myself. I've been like that all my life, and this is the first time that I've been able to really be patient and trust the process of life. So honestly, I started my loc journey because I needed to learn how to be patient with the process, to be patient through all the phases and stages that my hair goes through and that life may put me through. And to love myself at the end of the day, regardless of what's going on, how I'm feeling, whatever I may go through, I have to love myself, and I have to put myself first. I have to keep going. I can't tear myself down all the time, because the world literally does that to me every single day. I have to be the one to be like, no, it's okay. Get back up and we'll try again. I had to learn how to love myself unconditionally. And if I don't know how to love myself unconditionally, how am I supposed to love anyone else unconditionally? It can't be done. So this loc journey is honestly very, very personal to me, because I am teaching myself to fall in love with the process in all of the stages. Even when I'm sad on my worst days, I try to find a moment in that day to make myself smile, to do something nice for myself, because my spirit needs it and I feel like I deserve it. Yeah. It doesn't matter how my hair looks. It doesn't matter how, I may look on the outside, because my spirit and my soul, those are the eternal, lasting things that I'll be with for however many lifetimes, if there are multiple lifetimes. I'm all that I have, and I should protect that. And yeah. The loc journey is a beautiful one, even in the stages of the awkward transitions and the frizz. It's beautiful. It truly is. Just like life, it's beautiful in all of its stages and all of its downfalls and shortcomings and victories and love and happiness and sadness and sorrows. It's all a part of the human experience, and it's all truly a part of the process. And this year, 2022, I feel like my big phrase has been trust the process, and not to doubt the path that God or the universe or whoever has set me on, because this is where I'm supposed to go, and I'm exactly where I need to be. And literally everything and anything that is for me, it's for me, and it's not going anywhere. So just like I'm trusting the process with my locks and I'll watch them grow, I'll watch myself grow, and I will trust the process of life and not force, not rush into anything, because one, it might not be for me and I might not be ready for it, and it'll all come in time. But yeah, trusting the process. And that's why I started my locs. That's a little bit about, I guess, the past 2 years of my life and where I've been at just starting my adult life, because I know I'm still young. I'm 22 and I still have a lot to learn and experience, and a lot more to grow, a lot more room to grow. But I'm excited. yeah, that's me. And that's my lock journey. And I can't wait to go with my locks.